This podcast contains strong language and discussions about relationships, sex, and love. It may not be suitable for younger listeners. This is the Can't Keep My Mouth Shut podcast, and I am Nixalina. Hello, it's Nixalina, and welcome back to Can't Keep My Mouth Shut. Hello to all my daddies out there. In honor of yesterday being Father's Day, yes, I'm making that link. It's pretty lowbrow, even for me, but here we are, I'm doing it. Today's episode is called Here's Why Men Love Being Called Daddy. Oh, hey, Daddy. Okay, I have been thinking about doing this episode for a while. It's taboo. In terms of it's polarizing. There's going to be half of you out there that's like, ew, y'all got daddy issues? You need to go to therapy. So let me first say very clearly, the affectionate term of calling your male partner, and it's usually male, it can interchange to females, calling your male partner daddy has absolutely nothing to do with daddy issues, okay? Women can grow up in a really beautiful, healthy family unit. They can have a father figure who's present their whole life and still love to call their partner daddy. But on the flip side, men love it when their baby girl calls them daddy. And trust me, I should know. So let's dive in, shall we? We're going to get all the boring shit out of the way and then we're going to get onto the fun stuff because I am, if not always, informative as well as sexual. So, according to the Historical Dictionary of American Slang, the earliest use of daddy in a non-paternal context was way back in 1681. Stop. 17th century, okay? And this was in reference to what sex workers would call their older male clients. This then moved into the BDSM community, which of course you know I am balls fucking deep in. And in the BDSM sexual practices, a daddy is referred to as the dominant partner. He plays the role of the paternal figure for the submissive female partner. She enjoys being treated like a child by her lover, referring to him as daddy both in and out of the bedroom. When he punishes her for any bad behaviours, say she was a brat that day, say she didn't do as she was told, say she removed her panties without permission. When he punishes her, it's with her best interests in mind. And it's always a protective element. For the man, being called the daddy is what makes him feel in the position of power and control, but it also makes him feel like he is the most crucial person in her life, right? Like he's the leader, he's the breadwinner, he's the homemaker, he's the protector, he's the masculine energy to her feminine energy. And it kind of serves as an acknowledgement and a reminder in the relationship that the man is in charge. There's authority there, but there's also responsibility to protect and care and nurture for their baby girl. So it's kind of more like a rank and file, I guess you could say, like a figure of authority. And for women, and I am generalizing, there are always exceptions to every rule. For women, most desire a man who will take charge and lead the relationship, okay? So for a woman, it's not about any daddy issues. It's not about trying to replace a father figure. It's about having her partner as her protector, as her daddy. So, for my personal experience, there are 3 boyfriends I've had in my whole life that I have referred to as daddy. Now you're like, what the fuck? Why was there not only one? Listen, okay, you call me baby girl, you called your ex baby. You called the girl ex before her baby, right? It's that term of endearment. It's not just like a one and done thing. And it's not disrespectful to call a future partner daddy if your ex was called daddy, right? It's the same thing. Like, as if you're going to like stop calling me sweetheart or darling or baby when you've used all those terms before. It's the same, right? So I've had 3 boyfriends that loved being called daddy. And you're going to be like, obviously one is lolly. Obviously one was your magazine boss, BDSM, no. No. Can you believe it? No. Never called lolly daddy. Was he the first and the most, even to this day, the most daddy figure in what I've had in the bed? Yes. But we just never labeled it as that. I was 21, man. I was young and naive and yeah. But no, I've had 3 partners. And interestingly, those 3 partners had no idea about this world that I am so loving my whole life. They had no idea about BDSM, about submission or anything. And when I introduced the word daddy, it begins in the bedroom. And I would say it during sex and it would just felt right. Like it would just come out during sex like, oh, daddy, right? Did that turn you guys on? You're welcome. Oh, daddy. Like that. Quietly. And then I'm like, let's see the reaction. And then they like it. And then I'm like, okay. And then it just fireball progresses. As a woman who is aggressively submissive, in fact, someone told me I was that quite recently. And I was like, yeah, it's a valid point. I am all in on this narrative. It turns me the fuck on. But not only does it turn me on in the bedroom, when it moves and progresses into the rest of the relationship, that relationship just gets even stronger, okay? So I would literally call them daddy instead of their fucking name. In fact, one of them, he didn't like it when I called his name. So I would be walking around the house like, blah, 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 and I'd call his name. And he'd say, what did you call me? And then I'd be like, oh, sorry, daddy. He's like, that's better. It's so hot. And he said to me once when we was out together, he's like, I'm fucking addicted to you calling me daddy. I was like, I know, right? He's like, thank you for bringing that into my world. You're welcome. And it's these types of men that have never had it before. And that's what I love. And it never fails, right? Men fucking love being called daddy. Even if they're beta males. Even if they've been in previous relationships where they're not even the alpha. They're not the dominant. They fucking love it. Because it's the masculine and the feminine energies colliding. And it's just like, fucking volcanoes erupting, fireworks, stop. I will not stop. So when I introduce daddy into my relationships, it really emphasizes the power dynamics. And it makes them feel like they are the man. And listen, don't get this twisted, dudes and dolls. I'm such a dominant woman, right? I am. We all know I am. Fuck. I'm successful, I'm career-driven, I'm so headstrong, I'm assertive, I'm quite aggressive, especially when I've been hurt or I stand for something, I can go, It takes a lot to snap me, but when you push me, you'll regret that decision. But I'm very, very dominant. That being said, when it comes to my man, I'm the absolute opposite. In my home space, in my private home space with my partner, I am the fucking opposite. Being dominant turns me off. And not only that, I don't like telling my man what to do. I'm not a controlling partner. I am the opposite. I am the caregiver. I am the nurturer. I'm the homemaker. I'm the one that will jump up, make coffee in the morning, cook you dinners, put you first, share my food with you, pretend I'm not hungry so you can finish my food because I can tell that you're more hungry than I am. I am the one that, oh, live with me, don't pay rent, that's fine, I'll pay. Like, it's to a fault, right? I am too giving, I am too nurturing, I am too trusting, but when I love my man with everything. And the only people that really understand or know that are my past partners. I love unconditionally, stupidly sometimes, and I love too quickly, and I love so deep. And part of that package, combined with my sexual submissive, don't want to use the word kink because it's just actually part of my personality, but my sexual submissive aspect, that then builds up to having a man who is full daddy. I would get the ick if my man was beta. Like, if I was trying to wear the trousers, if I was always having to go at him, or like, hard pass, my darling. Ill. No, I need a man to be a man. And here's the thing, right? The reason why men love being called daddy, and they fucking love it outside of the bedroom as well. I mean, saving their number on my phone, daddy level, telling me, show me that I'm now saved as daddy, right? This stuff, they love it because it helps their masculinity come to the surface. And I'm telling you guys, if you're listening like, nope, never done that. Just you wait. Wait till you find a woman that loves that and gives it. You will be as addicted as every one of my partners who I've done this with. And it becomes normal life. Like, one of my exes, we had friends over for dinner. And he was talking about me, and it's a couple, and they're really close friends. And he's like, well, yeah, blah, blah, blah. She always like, daddy. But he was talking like in general conversation. It wasn't even sexual. But he just let it slip because we didn't have another name for each other. Well, I was pup. I was his pup. He was my daddy. So, and then I looked at him like, shut up. But it's so difficult not to say it out loud because it's just the narrative. Like, I didn't call his name, And it also, like, I love being able to embody my kind of girly side at home. And, I love having someone control me because in my art, the rest, like all the other spheres of my life, I am in charge. I'm a fucking marketing director. I'm in charge. I'm an entrepreneur. Everything I do, I curate it all. I've created a career for myself, and it's exhausting, okay? What I want and what I need is a daddy at home to take care of me. And listen, when it comes to sex, it's fucking fire. If the guy is into it, just watch it spiral. Test the waters, ladies. Test the fucking waters. And just watch. And if you get a glimpse that is into it, fucking roll with it. And it makes your relationship so much stronger. Because it's not about just like this weird sexual thing. It's the role they play. And what I've found, especially when I unlock this in my partners, is like they don't realize how much they want to be that strong, protective male. And everyone that I've done this with, I said there's only 3. They all wanted marriage. They all wanted babies. Like, we were like it was a healthy relationship, right? It wasn't like a fling or a one-night stand. Like, we were in healthy relationships. We were family planning and all that bollocks. All 3 of them. And it really it didn't even faze them with that, like, oh, it'd be weird if I'd actually become a daddy. No, that does not touch the sides with our relationship. And it's even things like, they'd be like, one of them said to me, he was watching some car crash or something. He's a bit fucked up, okay? He was watching a car crash on his phone. And he turns to me and he says, this is why you always have to hold daddy's hand when we cross the road. I'm like, okay. And without fail, he always held my hand. He would put his arm in front of me, wait till the road every time, for months and months and months, the whole time we were together. And he would always make sure he leads the way. He always led me into rooms, opened the doors for me. protected me in that way. And I love it. I love it. And men love it too. I believe wholeheartedly that when men feel that they are slightly emasculated in a relationship, which is, of course, is the opposite of embodying the daddy role, that it actually fucks up that relationship. To emasculate a man is kind of like to defeminize a woman. And if I felt I wasn't able to live in my feminine energy, I would definitely blow up that relationship. It wouldn't work for me because I am so feminine, because I am so submissive. If I wasn't allowed to enter my submissive, girly baby girl phase, the relationship would be fucked for me, okay? And I believe, and y'all gonna debate me on this, but I believe any man who feels emasculated, any man who feels she wears the trousers, any man who feels, I don't know, he can't take control, or he's always being negged and told off, and he's not in the driver's seat and always being told what to do, that eventually chips away at him, right, as a dude, at him and his own connection to his own power and inner masculinity and his own control, and it eventually just blows up, right? So for me, the daddy and baby girl, I say baby girl, you can be called anything, like I used to be daddy and pup. What was the other one? No, I think it was daddy and baby girl again, actually, the next one. Yeah, that dynamic, it just makes the relationship so much stronger, and it helps both parties flourish. And of course, my darlings, you can be a daddy and not be a man. It's a power dynamic. I'm coming from my space as per, which is the man and the woman, but this can transcend, my darlings, to all relationships. I mean, ultimately, it is an affectionate term of endearment, right? It's interchangeable, honey, baby, like it's just your sweet way to address your romantic partner. It is nothing to do with father issues. I need to reiterate that because everyone's like, oh my God, ew, you must have, no, my darlings, do some research, okay? Arm yourselves. If you are slightly into the BDSM world, and when I say BDSM, okay, if you're slightly into the dominant, submissive aspect, you are going to fucking love it. And interestingly, as I've said earlier, all the men that I did this with didn't have a fucking clue about any of it. I unlocked it in all of them. And I'm so proud of that. I'm like, yeah, I know, you'll love it now. Oh, yeah, I know. And it's addictive. They can't get enough. And it just makes, oh, God, and it's like, oh, daddy's coming home. You better be in lingerie. I expect the house to be clean. I know this sounds like I'm reverting roles into, no. But it's like, yeah, not that. It's more of a role play. Like, I expect the house to be clean. I expect you to be in lingerie. I'll be home at this time. And then I'll be cooking you dinner, baby. And, oh, my God. And it's like, it's not taking the piss either way. Like, they'll run me a bath. They'll still, I don't know, fly me on trips. They'll still look after me and I look after them. So it's not like they're taking advantage. If anything, it's meeting me where I want them to meet me and vice versa. Also, fucking hell, the sex. Calling daddy when he's inside of you. Like, oh, come for me, daddy. Oh, stop. It's so hot. And they usually do come quite quickly because they fucking love it as well. And then they're like, you're only mine. No one else gets to fuck you. You're mine. I own you. Say you understand. Tell daddy you love him. Oh, Jesus Christ. I need to get laid tonight. Anyway, have I said enough? Do we all get the memo? If you're interested in this topic, or you want to explore it with your partner, please, as always, DM me. Instagram at Nixalina, Nixalina. And I'll be very interested to see whether you've ever used this before or you've used this before and it's turned the partner completely off, because that happens. And it's like, what did you just fucking call me? And you're, oh. I mean, luckily that's never happened to me because I am very attracted to alpha males, right? That's my baseline MO. So I already know the kind of human I'm dealing with. But yeah, sometimes it turns men off, or sometimes it turns the woman off. If the guy's like, just call me daddy, she's like, no. I am not that girl, to be clear. And on that note, thank you all for listening. I'm opening the debate, very intrigued to see what goes down in my DMs, and love to hear from you all. And to all my daddies out there, you're welcome. And on that note, I will see you all next week. Thanks for listening to the Can't Keep My Mouth Shut podcast. Produced and hosted by me, Nixalina. I'm recorded in the Splice Cast Studios in Singapore. I'm available to listen to on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, and all major podcast listening apps. Do subscribe to enjoy a new episode every Monday evening. Please do give me a 5-star review. It helps other people also find my podcast. For more content and features to read, you can check out my website, Nixalina.com. That's Nixalina.com. I'm also on social media. Simply search at Nixalina, Nixalina, to find me. Don't be shy. Come say hi.